All right. You ready?
Sure.
Yes.
All right. So,
We're live.
oh, we're live. And we're live. Coming at you from Viva Las Vegas. We got a special one on deck. We got the Pride Audio M.35 18 in the chamber. It has 4 DD audio 12Ks. And we have the man himself. He flew all the way from Florida to come and participate on the show. We got Mr. Alex. We got Mr. Alex in the house.
Hello, everyone.
So if you guys have any questions pertaining to the Pride Audio lineup, you could definitely drop a comment below, and we'll definitely repeat that once we get a little bit more people in the chat. But meanwhile, everybody starts joining in and all that good stuff. Voltage is sitting about 15.7, 15.8, so the C-Max is fairly well charged.
Well, you charged it.
We finally did charge it, yeah.
Andy would be so proud.
You would be. I'm sure he'll be on a little later. The power is currently clamping a set of amplifiers, so it is ×2. Voice coils is 0.75 per set of DD audio amp, so it's 0.375 per amp. It's probably capable of 60,000 watts plus for the speaker if it gets up to that point. I believe I got the temperature sensor right where it needs to be as far as all that's concerned.
Wait, did you say that there's 4 DD 12Ks on this?
There's 4 DD 12Ks on
All
this
right.
sub, and it's going to be sent to the moon, I think. So without further ado, we're going to switch on the radio, and we're going to start looking for a peak frequency. We'll start down low and raise it up to the top, and then we go from there now.
Sounds good to me.
All right, so we'll start at maybe 60 hertz, and then we'll
50 sounds like a
see
good number.
where it takes us.
What's going on, Ryan?
$42, $43, $44.
Ryan ×2. We got 2 Ryans up in here.
45, 14,
What's going on, Joey?
45. Switch it over to real time. Okay.
Oh, Travis is joining us.
45, 68. 46, 54. 47, 41.
We got Nathan, Jason. All the homies are here.
48, 43. We got a 49, 32. $50.6. 51.7. 52.3. It's getting closer. 52.9.
Me too, Travis. Me too.
53.25. 53.27. This seems like track 25, which is 61.6 hertz.
61.6.
So with that being said, we did the 10 watts. What do we need to do? Now the 1 watt?
1 watt.
So 1 watt, we're doing a 145.57. Get space on that?
Yep.
So 1 watt, it's doing a 45.5 9.
5.9.
Yeah. 10 watts is doing. You figure a 53.44.
Ryan says that's his 10K watt score. The 1 watt?
Oh,
Ryan?
Lord. The 1 or the 10 watt? Okay. So it's doing pretty good. We'll switch over to peak hold. Go to play. Switch over to that. What did we hit it with first? 250 watts?
Yes, 250 watts.
All right.
You have it on peak hold times 2.
Yeah. There we go. Here we go. 250. Way too much. Too much volume. Try that again. So 255 watts. We're doing a 165.69. What's up, Mr. Eric? How's it going? Got these. Adam, how's it going? Michael. We got Mike in the house. Got Mr. Pete. He's over there trying to scroll
I know, I was doing the same thing.
with the thing. We got Travis. What's going on, Travis? We got Joey. What's up, bud? Jason. Oh, that's who you're saying. Mr. Nathan Milliard. DD Tank. The DD Tank's for sale if anybody's looking.
Oh, you weren't paying attention to anything I was saying.
I was literally looking at the screen and blowing past where I was supposed to be at, I think. All right, y'all. Well, the temperature of the voice call didn't go up very much. Where's Mr. Nello when you need him? I think it went up to maybe 77 degrees.
Somebody tag Nello. Where's Mr. Nello at?
Did you write down that score? All right, I guess we will.
Pending. He's got a buyer.
Uh-oh. Wonder who's going to take control of the tank. Next up, we have 500 watts, doubling the power.
Yep.
Is that the trend that we do? We'll let the
500.
track reset before it cuts it halfway short.
They handle power and heat very, very well, Michael says.
Here we go. 500 watts. So at 533 watts, which is just about double. Well, double would be.
Oh, we don't have Andy to pull out the calculator.
Yeah, we don't. You have a calculator somewhere over there?
I can get a calculator.
Throw it in the corner of the screen. Now you can cover the comments, though.
So
I guess just for temporary.
5.69.
69 minus 68.36.
So we're at 2.6 dB, double
which
the power.
Is I guess if you want it right in between, so we can track it and just kind of do a little, 2.67. Yeah. So we'll see if the trend continues, kind of like we were talking about, at least with the Phi and the Sundown U. I was telling them that typically whenever we go from like 250 to 500, it's about 2.6, 2.7, all the way up to, I think, 4K, if I'm not mistaken. And then past 4 to 8, usually like 1.7. And then from there, typically, depending on how much motor's in it, it starts either dropping off quick or it kind of, stays where it needs to. But the temperature of the voice call seems like it's sitting exactly where it needs to for another hit. I think we'll take it up to 1,000 watts. And then we will go ahead and talk about our sponsors on the wall.
Perfect.
1,000 watts. Mm-hmm. Here we go. So we got a 170.60 at 1,000 watts. You know, back in the day when I first built the van, that was louder than 6 subs. All the power. Like I had 4 7,000 watt amps, and it was literally everything that the thing had going on. Same thing, kick score and all that good stuff. And it was doing a 63 in the So already from now to then, the single sub that you sent in is already passing that up. 2.24 dB increase from doubling the power. We got up to about 80 degrees. So I don't know if you guys caught it off the get. We have Mr. Alex in the house. If you guys have any questions for him regarding Pride Audio equipment, subs, maybe the sub that's inside of the chamber, you can go ahead and drop a comment down below, and he will definitely.
And he brought this with him.
I think
Sheesh.
if it does above a 72, you have to get the shot glasses out.
Oh, Jesus. So 72, huh?
I mean, you got to try the bottle, right? It would be rude if you didn't, I would think. I don't know. But meanwhile, it's already down below temp. So I think we'll hit it with 2,000 watts, and then we will get
Michael wants to see a 180.
I want to see an 81, maybe even an 82. I'm calling it before the season ends. Even if it has to be a fun run at the end and doesn't count because of modifications, I want to see at least an 82 out of it.
Well, thank you, Andy. I'm glad we can make your day a little bit better.
Our morning was a little rough getting started, but it seems like to be a well worth the while, I think. So far the scores that we're seeing are not too shabby, if you ask me, for 1,000 watts.
And the temperature is not even going up.
I think all the metal that they have on the tail end of that sub heat sinks, at least the magnets anyways, keeps things in check. So we'll go ahead and reset the meter. We'll hit
Danny
the thing
wants to know what kind of coil does Pride use on this sub.
You also on the text.
Oh.
What kind of coil does Pride use on this sub? Each sub coil size 70.
The
0.75 or
0.75, yeah. So is it
I don't remember.
a 3-inch, 4-inch coil?
3-inch, 3.2.
3.2. So it's a 3.2-inch coil. How many layers is the coil for? So it's a 4-layer coil, flat wound. It's a flat wound coil. It is a 0.75 resistance, dole 2 or dole 0.75. Like I said, it's a 3.25-inch wide. It's a ferrite sub. Is it how many stack motor? Like how many? Oh.
Tra says he's ready to hear your car again.
Dude, I'm saying we need to. Oh, is he talking to Alex? Because we ain't even had a car that plays. All we do is. He says he's ready to hear your car again. You ready for the 2,000 watt hit?
Ready.
Ready as you'll ever be? I don't know if I'm going too high up on the.
Eric says, did you click on the dust cap with your nails and say Pride for good luck?
I did not, Eric. Is that a thing? I'll unbolt the door if that's a thing. Is that going to take us to the 80s?
Oh, Tra without the Y.
Oh, my bad.
He butchered his name.
Sorry, Carlos, my fault.
Okay.
3.6 flat aluminum.
Oh, okay.
3.6 flat aluminum.
So it's a 3.6-inch aluminum flat wound coil inside the sub. Pride UFO next? Maybe. Oh.
It's this one.
Oh, my dad's calling me.
Great.
It's because I didn't have Do Not Disturb on.
One moment, guys.
Uno momento, por favor. camera. Oop,
Jesus.
hello.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody was calling.
My dad was calling, not somebody.
We got the log in the house.
What's up, log? Or did I say that wrong too?
The log.
Oh, excuse me. The log is in the house. All right, so I think. What's that?
Welcome to the house.
Oh, yeah. So we have about 9 seconds left, and we will definitely take this baby up to 2,000 watts. And then I think there'll be enough, maybe, temperature in the voice call to talk about our sponsors. So at 2,000 watts, we're doing a 172.81. Temp looks like it got up to 87 degrees, I would guess. $72.81 minus 70.6. So
We're pretty steady. 2.21 increase from the last hit.
So you figure right now, oh, Jesus Christ, 225 to 500, 2.6 difference. 500 to 1,000, 2.24. 1,000 to 2,000, 2.21. So it's still looking very good. Temperature looking.
Right.
Probably still have another 290 degrees left. They used to have another 290 degrees left.
What's the guess on this sub?
I think Lewis is outside.
Oh, you want me to go get him the thing?
The box is right there. Meanwhile, this thing cools down.
Oh, yeah, it's all the way up there.
Let me see.
You should have the furthermost corner.
Is outside?
3,500 watts next. Oh, somebody is calling you again. Oh, your dad.
Is it? Answer the phone. If he's calling me twice, it's probably for the reason.
Oh, no, that was Lewis. It was Lewis.
Hello? Yo.
Oh, Lewis says he's on his way.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. Wait, hold on.
Sorry, guys.
Hello.
Just got to answer some
Okay,
phone
what's
calls
up?
real quick.
Running this show. Let me call you when it's over. All right.
And the temp's back at what it needs to
Good.
be.
That's exactly
This is
what we need. This is going to be the fastest show on the on the series. I think the voice call is cooling down too quick. All right. So being that the temp is where it needs to be, we'll hit it with 4,000 watts, and then we'll talk about our sponsors. Bringing over the Chicken Shack. That's what's up, Eric.
Oh, Lewis is bringing over the chicken shack.
Is he?
No.
Oh, had me going for a second there. I said Chicken Shack. Definitely go for some of that.
That coil cools off hella fast. That's what I'm saying, Danny. That's what I'm saying.
Alrighty. So here's the 4,000 watt hit. So 4,000 watts is doing a 174.72. Temp got up to about 102 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and say, what's up, Tyler? I can. Let me know. No, that's all right, Lewis. We're just playing. You might make it in time for the final hit. Or you might not. With the way that this voice goes cooling off, it's doing amazing. Dropping down pretty quick.
1.91.
1.91. So it seems like we dropped point. Is that 191?
4.2.
So 0.2 less, but it's still pretty good, I think.
Oh yeah.
What's your final guess? What would you be happy with this sub?
I don't know.
As long anything goes. Oh, okay. Did you want something to drink? A water? Or oh, you have water? Okay. You want a water bit?
I got water right here. Michael says he has personally put 7,300 watts of clean power to his TV3
3,000 watt RMS.
and played it for 5 hours nonstop. Only spelled one time.
Oh wow, that's good.
Oh, old subs.
That's one of your old
the
subs. Okay.
3-inch voice coil.
5 hours nonstop.
That's pretty good. That's almost like what is it? The concert rating, I think they call it, on like a PA speaker. The concert rating or the program power. But that's actual RMS going to it. That's a lot of power.
Yeah, for sure. That's more
Did you
than
have that
double.
on a single 18 or was that on a set of T-V3s, Mr. Michael?
Danny's changing his guess to a 80.97.
Whoop. That'd be a sick number. So meanwhile the temps cool down, before I lose my train of thought, we'll go ahead and talk about our sponsors. At the bottom left, we got DC Audio. Then we got Car, Connected Auto Restyling. To the right, we got Team DC Auto. Just above them, we got Sound Cubed. To the left, we got Game Changer Custom Car Audio. Then we got Main Street Auto and Tire.com/car audio. To the right, we got Limitless Lithium. Just above them, we got Bolin's Audio. Then we got Jones Subwoofer Solutions. Just above them, we got Sundown Audio. Then we got shittonem.com. Above them, we got Puns Customs. To the left, we got FICarAudio.com. Below them, we got Nello Media that provided us with a happy single sub sensor. Above them, we got Audio Ace. To the right, we got Hump Audio.
So wait.
You have to say it. Then we got DJ Dirty Bass. To the right of them, then we have the folks at Pro Audio Center. To the right, we got the title sponsor, SkyHighCarAudio.com. Use code word Delilah and get 7.5% off. To the left, we got Mobile Audio Network. To the left of them, we got the Chalk Wagon on TikTok. Then we got Vegas Style out here representing. Then we got LF Audio on the left. David Berger Designs, DB Designs. Of them. Then we got Team Base Outlaws out of the Kansas City, Missouri chapter. And last but not least, we got Outcast Audio. And the sponsor of today's show is Pride Car Audio, who has graciously sent in this Pride M.35-18 sub for us to torture. And if you didn't know, the man himself, Mr. Alex, is here with us. He flew all the way from Florida to check this sub out and to break some records. Hopefully on the show, I think it'd be a good ending to a Sunday, if you ask me.
Where are we at right now?
Currently on the list, we are
right below the Hippo.
Massive Audio Hippo. So the Hippo did a 75.9 with 19,000 watts, and we're currently at a 74.27.
It's 0.72.
0.72. Dyslexic. Sorry.
Oh,
Mr. Nello's in the house. What's up?
Oh, Nello says he's leaving the show, and he has a 3-hour drive back home.
Oh, Lord.
It's a long drive.
So he won't be able to interact on this one. That's all right, Nello. We definitely appreciate you popping in to say what's up.
And the Happy Sub temperature sensor is still going strong.
That thing has been in how many subs at this
A
point? 'Cause
lot.
we started putting that little sensor, from the season 1, I think.
Mhm.
It's been a lot
I
of
think
hot
season
glue
1 we switched to a
because
new
of the
one.
different basket types and all that stuff. But I've gotten pretty good with the hot glue gun, I think.
Ryan says the coil is going crazy on temps. For sure. It's dropping super quick.
Alrighty, y'all. So it seems like we're about cold enough to hit this thing with 8,000 watts. You ready for 8,000 watts?
Yeah,
Maybe, possibly.
I'm ready.
Well, if you weren't ready, you better get ready because it's about to happen. Let me cue up to volume 49. Hopefully I don't pass it up. If I do pass it up, it's staying there. We're letting the score settle. And we'll move on to the next hit. Well, thank you, Bubba. We appreciate it. You're awesome too, and thank you for joining us. On the next series, do a burp at the sub's RMS for another measurement. So this sub is rated at 3,000 watts, 3,200. 3.5. So we were fairly close with the 2,000 watt hit. So you figure this sub would be doing a 73 at RMS, which is not a slouch to begin with at all.
What's going on, Chris? Nice to see you in here.
Yes, sir. So we'll let the track reset and we'll hit this thing with 8,000 watts
All
and
right.
see what happens.
Look at the oscilloscope.
You think it's ready already? I don't think it's anywhere close. Needing to
I
look
just
at
wanna
the
look at
oscilloscope.
it.
Here we
I want to
go.
look at the oscilloscope. Let me see. Yeah, no, nothing. No square wave.
No square wave. So we're doing a 176.57, 8,594 watts. PF is looking perfect at 0.971. The Z is a little bit low. It's coming in at 1.89, so that's about 0.9 per amp. It's not the end of the world because they haven't shut off yet, but I think we still have tons of power left on the table. It looked like 117 degrees, I think I seen on the voice coil temp. So that is doing just fine. We got 1.85 dB increase over doubling the power. So that's no slouch either. I definitely think that this sub at least has another hit and a half left in it, maybe 2 more hits. So that would be essentially taking it up to 30,000 watts. Definitely no problem whatsoever as far as temperature wise on the coil is from what I'm looking at 112 degrees Fahrenheit on an 8,500 watt hit is pretty good.
Oh yeah, Danny almost got it. He said 76.7. He was real close.
Maybe I should have just rolled a little bit more to make his dream come true.
So far, so good. I see. So Cordell says, "Yep, so far, so good."
Absolutely. The voltage of the amps, or are we looking at the voltage of the batteries? Because if you're talking about the batteries, I still haven't hooked the voltmeter up, but I can tell you on a multimeter.
Thank you, Samuel, for the stars, and thank all 72 of you guys for coming by, hanging out on the Sunday afternoon.
Hell yeah. So if you could take a second out of your day to hit that share button, spam the groups that you normally visit in. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a good show. Temperature wise, the thing is doing great. PF wise,
Yeah, look, it's at
doing
90
great.
degrees already.
Looks like the Z is hanging about where it needs to be. Starting at it's about rising to 2.1, dropping to 1.9. Normally, when that deal starts dropping fast too, that means that you're starting to run out of motor. But it's doing exactly what it needs to right now so far. So good on you. The Pride subs have been heavily weighted on. I'm excited to see what this does. Well, hopefully it does good. Hopefully it does good, which, I mean, so far the thing has done great. Thank you, Jason. It's been a newfound hobby that we've always been into shooting, but winning money is something different. We've never really run any money in car audio, so it definitely is a
Totally different, 100%.
well, you have to win in order to win, but I mean, I don't really like losing, so there's that. We'll do what we got to do to take that money home. Because we just got into like shotgun shooting, where there's like an orange disc that they throw, and you try to shoot it with shotgun. And there's like a round of 25, 50, or 100. There's a competition yesterday.
I saw those internet.
Yeah. That's like the newest bug that has bit me. Like this was a bug. Like when we started out the van, it was never supposed to be this. We were supposed to drive it everywhere, and then it slowly started breaking stuff, like little by little, break the door handle, break the dog house to the engine, break the firewall, broke the window every time we would turn it on, and I was just like, every time it would break something, I would make it stronger, and that's how this came to be, like the extreme. So we've been already through to 2 doors on the right side. We've been through maybe 10 windshields. We broke the firewall in multiple places. It's just, I mean, at that point, it's not like the first couple of times. It's awesome because it makes for a good video.
Yeah, sure.
Past that, nah, heck no. 8 ain't even worth it.
200 dB.
Oscar the
250
Grouch.
dB.
I don't know, Oscar. Is Mr. George in the house? How's it going, Kevin? What are the temps like in Vegas? I think they're starting to get warm, to be honest. I don't have my phone on me.
I want to say we're in the 90s right now.
Are we?
95 right now.
95. It did say it on there, huh? 95 degrees with windy.
Oh, yeah, it's windy.
Yeah, it's windy.
But it's not humid, thank God.
The temps are already back down to where they're supposed to be, just about. We got about 5 degrees left.
Yeah.
You know, not for nothing. I think the metal makes it harder to load in my enclosure, but it drops the temperatures down a lot on the voice coils.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, I was fighting it this morning because I tried doing it yesterday, didn't work. Fighting it this morning, and I had to get the seal because the way that chamber is, it didn't fit in all the way. Oh man, I was gonna call you and say, hey, we need to postpone this to 3 o'clock because it's getting a little rough. Luckily, everything worked out, and it was able to load up, seal up correctly, and all that good stuff. So never had to call you, which is a good thing. Definitely a good thing. I will make my own subwoofer, 20K RMS, 200 dB, no issues. That's a tall order. 20,000 watts RMS rated. So if you rate it at 20, you'll very likely have people that'll put 40,000 watts on it just because you rate it at 20,000. I think it'll at least do a 145, the log says. Yeah, I think so. At least a 45. Uh-oh. Oh. Miss Jessica has the shot glasses out.
I do.
So where's your point of tipping for a shot?
Let me see. Probably a 78.
78.
78.
I bet you it has a 78 on the next hit.
I think so too.
That's your tipping point?
Yep.
Fair enough.
The log says he thinks it'll do a 145.
Yeah, at least a 45.
At 1 watt.
Ryan Scott says he's making the Omega 20K. He says he's gonna build his own subwoofer, 20,000 watts.
Oh, Jesus.
The log says send it. We're about to log. We got about 3 more degrees, and then we're gonna give it a couple more clicks and send it to the moon. Really.
Yeah, it only has a few degrees left. It says y'all take 2 shots if it gains 0.1 dB.
Oh hell, Danny's trying to get us tore up. Well, we appreciate that, Oscar.
Oh, 78.
Oscar the Grouch. 12,000 watts to get a 77.7. Well, the next hit is going to be a 16,000 watt hit. So what's your guess for that? Watt-ish. Because we know Carlos and his
Give or take.
his
So the
knob
voltage started at 15.6.
skills.
It dropped to 15.58.
Nothing.
Pretty good. 0.02 drop. We'll see what the next one will bring.
Ryan says 78.7 on the next hit. Josh, 79.9.
On the next hit,
Yep.
3 dB. So unless I really blow past the wattage,
Ed, 78.45.
78.6. We have a few 78.6s in the house. What else we got? 77.2.
Oh, we sent a sticker to the last person that got it, right? So whoever gets this one right, I'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, whoever gets close enough. And if there's multiple of the same, then we will send you all the sticker. The log says the 160. 169. I think you I think your 6 is misplaced for a 7 on your keyboard, the log. Mr. Log. Stefan says a 79.7.
All right.
78.36. That'd be a pretty good guess. 78.46. Okay.
Oh, Danny got the last sticker.
Excuse me. Some web says it's doing a 78.3.
So does JD Brown, 78.3 exact.
That's 78 exactly.
Are you guys using our formula? Huh?
What?
Is
Oh,
that
the increasing. Okay, so we use the formula, right? We're doing it from a 191 increase to 185 increase. So I'm guessing you're going to increase 1.5 dB from 8,000 to
I'm
6,000.
gonna say 1.6 because that dropped 0.1 ish. No,
No, a bit more.
less.
Oh, really?
0.06.
Okay, so what would it be if you drop
1.79.
say 1.6 dB? Add that to that. That's a
Carry the 1
78
multiplied
one.
times 10 to
78
the
1
12th
3.
power.
That's what I'm guessing. 78 1 3 is what I'm guessing the next hit is.
78.13.
Oh.
All right.
Hopefully I'm wrong and it does like a 70.
77.98.
Oh, Lord.
78.1.
78 1.
78.94.
We got 2 more degrees on the temperature and then we're going to send it again. So the voltage too, usually like when this number starts getting past 200, the term lab will start acting crazy. Voltage, how do you say it? Max voltage input on the probes. So then we'll do power times 4. So I'll grab the jumper on the set, and then the term lab will think the power is exactly the same, but then now your rise changes. So it thinks that your rise is so completely different than what it is, but it gets you close enough. Usually around the 200 volts mark too is when I'll start watching the term lab or the O-scope over watching that, because then that typically brings dirty signal regardless of the resistance. Usually when the volts start going past 200, it starts getting on the teetering edge. If we get there, but so far the sub is doing amazing. I think the overall design is it seems like it's a well-built sub on the list. If we go back to it, meanwhile we wait for that 1 more degree drop, it's currently sitting just below the iPal 18, right?
Yep.
76.57.
This next hit should take it up.
So it took it just above the Brutal Sounds Brig Brute V418. So the next hit, as long as it holds, you know, might bring it a little bit higher on the list. For sure. You can't say that too loud, Oscar. If not, my head's not going to fit through the door.
Yep, it'll blow right up.
Yeah, that'll blow right up now. Oh, about 78 degrees almost.
1 more degree. 1 more degree. Yeah, no, it's dropping real quick. We're at 40 minutes and this one's quick. For sure.
I think when we start getting past like this hit, it should start Ryan, it'll probably kill you.
Oh yeah, and if we hit the 178, don't forget.
What? You're opening the bottle. And then things starts getting sketchy then. Once the tequila comes out, then forget about the power. No control.
Ryan says let him sit in there. He would, you know, that word that we can't say here.
Die?
Happy.
Oh. Oh, that word.
Oh
I was
God.
like, you can't say die. Why not?
No, you can't.
The internet
They're
nowadays
about to
doesn't
shut
allow
us
it.
off right now.
Are they?
You just keep repeating it over and over.
Are you here, Lewis? I think he's here.
You open the garage?
I don't know.
Are you here, Louis?
Before we open it and let all the AC out. Oh.
Yep.
Are you going to come join us, or are you just going to pick the bottle up? Unalive now.
Oh.
Is he coming in?
As long as you don't try and give me the drink, I'm cool.
Oh.
Here's a chair for you. I don't know how much time you have,
Oh, it don't matter.
but
I got a long drive back. So
Do you?
Don't worry about it.
shit. Well, we're about at the temperature. Got Mr. Lewis in the house.
I
now.
got a shot glass here with your name on
Oh, Lord.
it.
What's that?
Just trying to kill me.
The frequency?
Aren't I always? On alive now. Oh.
61.6 hertz.
Band.
Mr. Leo, the frequency that we are burping is 61.6 hertz. All right. It seems that we're at that temperature now at that point. 78 degrees. I think it's colder inside that rear chamber than it is outside right now. So I say we're on the rear check. No, in the rear chamber
nice
where the
in here,
coil's at. Oh, yeah.
The ACs.
Got 2 ACs running, and we don't plan on shutting them off just yet. Here is, let me reset the meter. 16,000 watts.
Oh.
177.62.
No clipping yet. It didn't square wave or anything. 177.62. How to hit 80 George.
472.
What fell? I don't know. Something back here. Something always falls
No
back
one
here.
was close.
What's that?
No one was close.
No one was close.
Oh. Tricked you.
No people was close.
No clipping is crazy. Yeah, no, there was no clipping.
This setup, the way it's wired right now, is about a fifth of the power. So we should definitely have another 40,000 watts on tap.
Oh, so it's gonna take a lot of power.
Maybe. So the next hit is
Oh,
going to
you
be a
wrote it?
little sketchy because you figure 16,000 watts to a sub. We think we warmed up to. Did you happen to see the temperature? I think it warmed up to about 140 degrees, which is nothing pretty much for a sub, especially at 16,000 watts. So they definitely put some thought into the heat sinking of this deal. We're still gaining 1.05 dB on doubling power, which is pretty good, especially from going from 8,000 to 16,000. The next hit, I think we're going to try to take it up to 30,000 to 32. We got 129 volts, 129 amps going to each coil.
So it just passed the iPal, so it's right below
The rocker Fosgate 16
at 29,000 watts. It did that. So
which if it stays linear, doubling the power, it should definitely
35K incoming.
35. Yeah, maybe. Definitely maybe. How's the show?
It's a little slow.
Yeah.
Good.
Was it windy? 35K incoming. If I say it's 30,000, it's probably 42,000, realistically.
Cools off rather quickly. Yes. 100%.
Yeah, so you figure 16,000 watts just went to that coil, and it's already at 104 degrees. That's pretty good if you ask me.
Oh yeah, 100%. Brandon, you were close. I'm gonna go back on the comments, but if nobody else was closer than you, then for sure.
So from 1 dB now, so it's slowly starting to drop. So before it was 1.1, and then we went to 1.8, and then now we're at 1. So realistically, from what I've seen, the next hit should be about 0.7 to 0.6, realistically. Could change, though, because, all the subs are different. They all react to the power different. But it'll either stay, usually doesn't increase from then. It'll probably get about at least 1 dB and as little as 0.5 dB, I think. And then the temps of the coil will likely start going up. But we'll keep pushing it until it starts to show.
You think it'll take 25K?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, for sure. It'll probably take 30,000 if I was a guessing man.
So we'll hit it with 40.
So we'll hit it with 40.
40 sounds like a good number.
And then if it takes that, then we'll hit it with 50.
Would you even have 50?
I might not. The world may never know. So that hit went from 15.6 to 15.41. 16,000 watts. Then off.
Armin says, what's the max temperature coil heat safe to play?
So it depends. Normally, my voice coils, when I would play music, is about 300 to 320 degrees. On this one, when you're playing music on it, how hot can you get the coil before you need to turn it down? No idea. So normally the coatings on the typical subwoofer, depending on where the coils are made, it's about 300 to 320. When you get about 350 to 375, usually the glue starts getting soft. Now I know on the kicker they have a high temp coating on it, and I think you can run them up to 400 to 450 on a burp without having the softening of the glue. Usually when the glue softens, the coils kind of get a little bit of leeway and they start moving on you. That leads to the coil slinking usually. Will Parks, these are the DD Audio 12Ks. There's 4 of them on here. I think season 2, we're going to be running 4 of the Soundcube 10Ks is the plan, as long as we get up to that point.
All coils holding.
Okay, so you can get these coils up to 200 degrees.
More 200 degrees.
More than?
Celsius.
Okay, so 200 degrees
Celsius.
Celsius, 392 degrees
So it's
Fahrenheit.
difficult to me calculate from Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Oh,
And
yeah.
is that on burp or music is okay for that temperature? Okay, so Mr. Alex is saying he can get the coils that they're safe for 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees
Or more.
Fahrenheit, give or take, before you start running into detrimental
We haven't even hit anywhere
Right.
close to
detrimental issues.
300.
Pete Willis, Mr. Peter. No, the voltage is what it is. It's a CMAX bank, so you can take it up to 16 volts, but the van would have to be running for all that to happen. You ready to take a shot?
I'm
You're
gonna
not
take
ready
a
to take a
shot.
shot.
Yeah. Yeah, let me go there another one. Let me go there.
Lewis has to drive home. You want a shot?
I haven't drank
He's
that
just gonna take a
yet.
little
Take
one.
one. We'll take one.
You'll take half a shot. She doesn't normally pour them heavy. Well, for you, see, that's where you messed up. You
Yeah.
told her you can't get me tore up,
Yeah, I know it.
and she made it her she made it her mission to get you tore up is what it was.
I
She
can't,
was,
remember, I can't remember if it was her fault or my fault, so I'll just go with blaming her
yeah,
while she's out the room.
that's usually what I do. Yeah, she's probably gonna watch it back though. She always does. Other than the Ruthless 10Ks, what amp can handle 2.5 loads daily, assuming the rising is to 0.8 to 1 ohm? So my opinion, I wouldn't recommend doing a quarter ohm load on any amplifier. It's not too healthy for it. Usually the back signal is what feeds back into the amp is pretty rough at a quarter ohm. Even if you're rising to 0.8 to 1 ohm on music, typically music, has different frequencies. Now, if you're burping, then that's a different story, in my opinion. But that definitely is where I would call the line. I think half an ohm is about pushing it for music, especially in the daily. Now, if you have good luck, I say run it. But if you don't, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just asking for trouble. Recons are going to cost you a little cheaper than breaking a bunch of amps at a quarter ohm, I think. Were you able to get those 10Ks wired up?
No,
No?
the C-Max was being an issue to get in there.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we put it in there, marked it, and we started building the top of the box. So we started running the wire through.
Oh, okay.
So we had a couple hundred feet to wire that.
That's it?
It's not bad.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. But that's what it takes. Would you say you were having it on the roof?
No, it's going. I removed the spare tire wheel.
Oh, okay.
We added a 2x4 block and a 3-inch angle iron
Mhm.
and extended it under the whole spare. You can't even, when it's in there, you're not able to see it in there.
Oh, wow.
It looks like almost like nothing's even there at all.
Heck yeah.
That way you don't have to worry about like anybody trying to jack it or anything like that. That's what it looked like right there.
Oh, wow. You can't even see it. Yeah, you can't see
It's
it.
above the hitch. So we just welded this 2x4 block on, another piece of angle iron,
Yeah.
then 3/8.
It's kind of like what I have under here. But over here, it is what it is.
Yeah, I could go bigger. So now that I see that, I could drop it down and do a bigger bank. But
Another stack.
yeah, it's a 500 amp hour C-Max bank.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll see
That's a
how.
pretty good sized bank.
Yeah, it was. We had to use a car jack to get it.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 of us working it in there. We were wrestling with that yesterday. There was 4 of us doing it.
And that's the truck you drove down here?
No. I
I was
took my
like,
Lexus.
Jesus.
I'll bring it up here. I'll drive it up here. Just one of the guys trying to call me out. I was like, I'll get it done tonight if you're gonna call me out.
Was that Robert?
Rob.
Yeah, I seen that.
Rob. We messed around though. He's one of my boys.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
That's how you called me out. This same show last year. Remember?
Yeah. What do you say? Put some money on it.
Yeah, I was like, put some money on it. I'll stay up all night and do this. Other than that, I'm
Oh
not
yeah, a
doing
little
it.
bit of money.
Like,
little
I'll
bit.
get this done tonight. But I ain't trying to kill myself right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything's in. The windshield's in.
Rodney, we are burping at 61.6 hertz.
This is just crazy how quiet it is. Yeah, you're just doing it in the garage doing 80s.
Well, see, normally when we have people come for the test, we test at work. This is more
More people.
space, more people typically. That's why I was invited. Nobody. Like this is just here because I was cleaning last night. Normally it's like this tight from here back is just filled.
I got walkways. It's like my where I solder and everything at.
Yeah.
And then it like curves around. There's a path in the front with the washer and dryer, and then there's a path by the toolboxes and the laser, and that's it.
How's that laser working out?
I'm getting used to it. Just it's a toy.
Yeah.
Got it to make awards, so
What is that?
it'll be fun.
Room temperature. Chaser.
Chaser.
You said room temperature chaser.
That's the worst.
Hey, it's better than nothing.
I guess.
Pass it on. Pass it
Thank you.
on.
No yellow, nothing.
Yeah.
61.6, correct?
Yeah.
Frequency.
61.6 hertz.
Oh dear.
That's
What's
pretty good
this?
before you even try and drink anything.
Yeah, pre-coat the
Pre-coat the windpipe.
windpipe.
I don't think we've had this. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, we've never had this one before.
Do you
Just some dirty water, guys.
nothing too crazy? A little dirty water.
Eh.
I'm alive.
So, thank you to Pride Audio for sending in the sub and for joining us. What's the next hit?
Cheers.
Hopefully, we have two more, but if at bare minimum, we have at least one more. Cheers. Oh, wow.
Mm,
That's good. That was delicious.
that was pretty good.
I want to taste it before I drink.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the chaser.
Yeah, no, that,
No, I wanted to
that's
taste
super smooth. Like, really good.
Those are the ones that will get you too.
What's that? Oh, the smooth ones?
Yeah.
That gets you every time. We got about 3 more degrees left, and then we're going to send this girl to the moon. No, we definitely are.
To the moon.
To the moon, Alice. You can watch the oscope, and I'll watch the term lab. That sound like a plan. Kick me if it starts square waving. What else we got?
Josh says he doesn't drink, but he'll take a dab for a shot.
Oh, hell no, yeah.
A dab for a shot.
That's rough right there. One dab.
Oh, anything is rough for me. Like secondhand, even. I don't know what it is about it. It just does not sit well with me. Like it could be in just in the vicinity, and it's just like way too much for me.
Oh yeah, he will get secondhand high.
Failure? Not yet, Mr. Michael. Not yet. And the way that the temperature has been acting, honestly, I'll let the test talk, but I don't think it'll go out, to be honest.
Who's here? Is it Roscoe?
Michael says he can smoke or he can drink, but he can't do both. Crossfaded. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You wake up with a headache the next day. For sure. All right. You think we're about cold enough? You want to wait till
Give
70?
it a degree more.
1 degree? Well, it's bouncing between 1 degree or not.
still wondering what that noise was. Oh, it was something that fell back here. Tree sap for me. Oh god.
It was a roll of tape, I think.
I'm gonna make you a battery or a stereo box, dude.
Please.
I'll make you one.
Louis,
Well, the
please.
problem is
I need to practice. I'll just do it.
the problem is I had the aluminum one, or
Yeah.
the steel one. The fuck, dude, the thing weighed more than the radio. It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
weighing me down, and like the wood boxes are cool when they're on a pedestal.
We
But
can do
that's
it. We
that.
can have a pedestal. I got.
Yeah, I don't
Dude,
know.
I want to play with stuff.
Yeah, like just basic. Like if that has been taking me through everything, honestly. You know.
This.
But if it's a
Nothing.
basic plexiglass with the design and LEDs, I'm all for it.
Dude.
But the way that oh Lord, that's terrible.
I'm not gonna say who's this one, but
You must have been hanging around.
no.
Jaden.
He's the one.
He's the one that's-
Oh god.
that seems like
Jaden?
something he would do.
Oh god.
But look what he, no. You gotta see what it's done on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no.
You're gonna
Jaden-
say, "Oh my goodness, music."
Jaden is a fool. Oh,
Are those burp tracks you have available? I think
yeah. So these you can get from Mr. Andy's in the house. What's up? Sorry, squirrel chunk. These tracks are available through the Term Pro website. You have to be a DB Drag member in order to get them. You can download them under the member section, I believe. If you don't have a DB Drag membership, you can download, what is it, Audacity? How do you say it? Odyssey? How do you say that? Odyssey.
Audacity?
Audacity? How would you say that?
Yeah, Audacity.
You can download Audacity and you can make your own point frequencies as long as you want them. But the easiest way is if you have a DB Drag membership, go into the member section, go into downloads, and it's DB Jams Volume 23, I think. There'll be a drop link, and then you just download them.
This is what it was on.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what it's on?
It's hidden on there.
Oh, it's hidden on there?
Yeah.
CCA coil versus pure copper coil. I believe this is an aluminum coil, Arma. Absolutely, Richard. Oh,
Oh god.
that's your logo?
No.
That's his signature.
That's a
No,
signature move.
That's Johnny's signature.
Oh, Lord. All right. I think we've hit about the temperature that we're shooting for. We
Oh,
give it
yeah.
a couple
Yep,
more
yep.
clicks. We're going to reset the meter. We're going to see if this thing will take 32,000 watts, give or take. If it goes past it, it will stay past it, and we will see where it takes us. If the terminal freaks out, it'll still read the SPL, so that's my excuse anyways. You ready?
Yes.
We'll let the track reset one more time.
Andy says 47 kilowatts incoming.
Maybe I should back it down to volume 51, 52, or 51.
52. Just do it.
I think 51 would be 54 is
Max
like straight
volume.
clipping with the ZBLs. And here we go.
Still not square waving.
Yeah, no, it's still
Not
has
even
more
a
of it.
little bit. Yeah, it was. There was not even a the little tiny bit. Nothing.
37,847 watts.
Wow.
Did you see the term that it took a second to pick up though? Like it held it there. It said power probe
It
limit.
kind of glitched almost.
Yeah. 178.
194, 200-ish degrees. We're not even close to the 300.
37,847.
It was like 224.
224. Oh, see.
That cooled down quick.
Seriously.
It dropped like
Yeah.
45 degrees, 40.
I was telling Alex, I said that sub loading it in my cabin was not fun.
The log says, "Come on, those were peas, not the beans."
Oh Lord! As soon as I seen power probe limit, I was like, all right, that's enough. But the metal that they have on that sub, it did it all day. It's been dropping the coil like this, like super quick. Now, granted, the rear temp is probably sitting about 81, 82 degrees now, because before it was 76, 75. But I think over, the coil heating up and cooling down is probably sitting about 82 degrees in the rear chamber. But honestly, like, it's already down from, what did you say it was?
224.
224. It's dropped 80 degrees literally in 10 seconds.
Literally.
And
24 degrees.
It was 224 right when he hit it.
Yeah.
220.
So you
I
figure
looked,
that's
224. It's
110C. Take
it's quick.
105, 110.
That's 0.82.
What's that?
Still,
I think it still has a little more.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, one last hit.
One more hit.
Where are we at on the list?
List wise, right now we are at right below the Jones subwoofer solution by 0.03. So
Oh, that's
0.04.
nothing.
Yeah, we'll get that.
It's really nothing.
Yeah, 0.03.
0.03.
The good thing too at that power
Actually,
max
it goes on
level,
100 degrees in about 2
Yeah,
minutes.
literally.
That's quick.
0.98, 0.8989. That tells me the temperature is about where it needs to be. The Z's not dropping. Excuse me. 1.8, which is 0.9. I think that's about starting. Typically, whenever your Z starts dropping hard, you're running out of motor, or you're running out of quality. You're running out of something. Temperature, something is running out.
Never really reached that portion.
We haven't really gotten there. We had about 200 and some change.
Not getting cut.
It's good.
Any change? The prop is off.
Any chance that the probe is off?
It's always a chance. Yeah, absolutely. It's always a chance.
I think there was one other sub
no,
that cooled off real quick. Which one was it?
It was the
DD, was it? No, was it?
that cooled off quick.
Yeah. Like
No, it was the
super
mobile
quick.
audio networks.
yeah.
So the mobile audio networks, it has an outside voice coil and it has windings on the inside. And that sub, for whatever reason, I think, not taking anything from the sub, when you point it, typically I hot glue it in. He has brackets for baskets, but you imagine how many brackets he would have to send me for each sub, DC, FI, and so on and so forth. I just hot glue it in place and aim the sensor kind of where it needs to be. This one, it seems like I aimed it, right where it needed to be, because it's going up and going down fairly
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah,
It's-
it reads system.
Yeah.
So
And
with
it's
that
going
being
back to its
said,
baseline.
it has one more hit in it, I think. I
Yeah.
don't know if exactly
I
we're
didn't
going
even see it soft.
38,000. Oh, we'll give it some more juice.
What's one more hit, right? So on 37,000, let's see what the drop is. So it dropped 0.43 on that one. Voltage. So it's at 15 point.
Very possible, Andy. Very possible. Yeah, that O-scope was clean.
Usually we burp it once and that's it. Twice. Carlos gonna introduce it to 54,000 watts. You already know the deal, Andy. If it ain't on fire, you still got more on the table.
Pete says it'll do a 179.23 at 44,423 watts to the T.
Wow. Well,
we probably need to figure out our O-scope camera so they could see, because that thing didn't even have a little tiny
no.
nothing.
The next one you're gonna have to smack me if it's dirty, because It
Not
can
be
go.
paying attention.
It can go both ways. Either I watch the scope and I send that to like 50,000,
I'll just smack you.
or I
do
watch
you want
that.
to see a real square or do you want to see a little baby square?
I'm talking about if it goes like this. Typically, these do this,
Yeah.
and then it goes down.
Yep.
If you see that, smack.
Okay.
If it does this, then fucking turn the switch off of the radio. Put your finger on it or something.
How much is a smack and hard?
Just
I'm ahead.
Oh, you're rough. He hits a dial even
what
more.
the hell was that for?
More. All the way. Josh says, "Don't be square."
0.82 on that hit, so it dropped 0.2. I think it has a 79 in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it has a 79 in it.
It's almost cooled down already.
Yeah.
Yeah, just about.
Just about.
Don't be square. Yeah, I ain't trying to send square because the amps aren't happy at that point. Neither are the subs.
Are they warm at all?
They're a little
A
warm.
little warm, but nothing even.
There ain't
even
no.
close.
There's no cooling in between them. Typically, we don't normally send this many burps back to back without letting them chill out.
You should have build an AC just for the back of the van, for the house.
Just put a
or at least give me
split
that
unit.
fan right there. I'll plug it in over here.
But they're okay. We only have one more hit, anyways.
One more.
Just get an AC that's blown directly on
Exhaust fan that shoots it out like a bathroom fan.
there. Yeah.
Close the doors and just exchange the air in there. It was bad when we were testing the SoundCube Neo at the shop. Dude, the humidity was like legit 60% plus. It was like 100 and something. The swamp coolers weren't working with the dam, and literally there was so many people there. I was trying to make that episode as quick as possible.
Thank you, Mike.
Just take an AC in it, even if it's
For the
humid,
stars?
it's gonna just run there.
Yeah,
As long as it's blowing the cold air directly on it, that would help it a little bit on the amps.
yeah, for sure. But I don't think I've ever had those amps thermal.
Did
On burps.
you lose one? Several episodes ago, we lost one of the amps. No.
We've lost several.
Yeah, like on the SQ first burp, I rolled it too quick, which blew the surround. Rocked the coil, shorted it, and it took an amp.
Scar took a nap.
Scar took an amp.
I cry every time that happens.
Yeah,
Every time
Oh,
it's
the
like,
one that I
"Ah."
ran took a nap.
me too, because they're not that cheap. There's a lot of components to those freaking things.
Carlos, what difference between the first season and
So the
season
cabin.
7?
So the baffle location where it's at, I have some new subs. The new subs, in order to fit them, I had to go forward. But I moved it forward, the distance between the front of the sub to the location of the meter got shorter. So the frequency went up. Because the frequency went up, the center console was tuned to the frequency a little lower. And that's the difference. That's
So a little different enclosure between the first season and
absolutely.
Thank you for the
yeah.
stars.
So,
Jean? I don't know how to say
After
your name.
I was talking to Jess about it, after this maybe 4 subs, no more subs coming.
no more something.
No more subs.
Why?
I'm gonna change the cabin back to where it needs to be. Either the baffle goes back, or the center console changes, or the depth of the center console changes, but the tuning isn't correctly. Like so season 1, if we were to run this same sub, it's about 2.5. We tested with the Sundown U difference. So maybe right now in season 1 with this amount of power, you would see a 180.2, 180.1 just
Yeah.
from season 1 to season 2. You know, theoretically, but everything that we've tested has been consistent to 2.2 dB. So now, because of the sub basket being a little bit bigger, if you were to move it back the 2 inches, maybe you even have a 79 by now. But because of how the hole is, it goes from 6.9 or 16.9 versus the 16 and 5/8 that the typical 18 is. And so that I had to space it out because of the lip that the basket on the inside has. But even moving it forward changes it a little bit. Like But overall,
Thank you, Michael.
it
for the
is not
stars.
too bad. I think it's doing phenomenal. 37,000 watts and it's still live. I think it's doing really good. The next hit, I don't know what's going to happen, but the temperature shows that coil can handle more.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a bit.
I would even wager to see you could probably send 50,000 watts to it, no problem with the coil.
37.
Just a guess.
What he's saying, 160 degrees more to go.
Yeah.
He said easy. He said, and more. He said. So.
It's a little different with burping because burping typically is an instant. So the way that the coil expands, some subs have more issues than others, to where you'll slinky the coil if it's that much power, it blows like a fuse, essentially. When you play music, it slowly gets up to the temperature and it doesn't go down. So then your cooling takes place and all that other stuff. But your coil essentially stays at that temperature, drops down because of the power you're giving it.
Yeah.
Versus you're smacking it with 40,000. You'll never be able to put 40,000 watts on any sub musically,
Yeah.
because then your temperature will shoot to the roof, I think.
Oscar, so far it's number 2. I think the Sound Cube took 40,000. Andy, I don't eat meat. I can take some up our store though.
Let's run it back, Andy. We need to go to Tacos El Gordo when you're here. You know about that place? Delicious.
Tacos El Gordo is good.
It's delicious. Well, now you'll have to get the debate versus Flatwell.
Flat versus round versus copper versus CCA versus.
Don't you dare say that CCA name in this building.
I like CCA.
I fucking hate those CCA. For no good reason either. I've never had an issue with it. I just have never.
Ew.
I'm
What
trying-
kind of meat? What kind of meat did you see me eat, Andy?
Right now, it's CCA for my first time this good.
Yeah. Must have been Andy that convinced you.
No,
No?
just John said he's running it, so I'll give it a try. What's the worst? I pull it, just throw 10 in there. I ran all 10 before. And do those trainers really need that much power? Let's find out.
We're about to find out. That's the best way to say it, really. You're looking for material with CCA, then it's enamel and glue. I think it's talking about the boys' coils.
Oh, I see. I think it went all the way up to 220 degrees is what Lewis saw, right?
Yeah, 220, 230-ish.
I saw 224.
224.
Very impressed with the cooling of the sub. Yeah, no, the sub is doing awesome, especially cooling down. It's taking the power without a hitch, honestly. For being a sub that's not designed for this type of enclosure, honestly, it gets a thumbs up for me. I don't know about Miss Jessica over here. She's a little harsher on the subs test, but
I am?
maybe. Are you?
No,
You might be.
maybe.
You might not
Could be. Could be.
The world may never know. But honestly, I think the sub is doing great for being a musical sub. I don't think it was designed to be a burp application, extreme vehicle, deal. The coil is definitely handling its business. 37,000 watts with 220 degrees. I think that's the lowest temperatures we've seen on the show so far. So that's really good. By now, I think everything else has already gotten up to we don't have temperatures, but
Oh, yeah, we don't have temperature.
just based off of memory, 300 degrees or so, 350.
Yeah.
So we got about, I don't know.
We could probably wait for it to hit like 81-ish, 80.
I was thinking like 84-ish.
Like 81-ish.
Like 84-ish.
Like 81-ish.
Are you going to sit here for another 20 minutes? waiting
It's
for that
dropping down
84?
real quick.
I'm not saying it's not dropping down quick, but
What's a few degrees to hit it?
What's a few degrees? I mean, realistically, 85 degrees is 10 degrees colder than ambient temperature in Vegas right now. So, we'll put that into perspective. The internet says CCA is trash. John from Sky High says otherwise. As long as you run it correctly. They say it's good. I personally like OFC. That's where my heart's at. But then again, I'm chasing tents, so there's that. For half the cost, if you can get away with CPA, all for it. All for it. What do you think? You like CCA?
I like our West Crew, right West Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
And cooling.
And the cooling.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
100%. And it's aluminum core.
Marine grade OFC. If you want to run CCA, just double all your runs. Then it costs just as much as running OFC and space wise.
No.
No? Dude, I ain't got no space for no CCA.
Yeah, it's you can do double the runs and still be cheaper.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Still be cheaper.
Well, I ain't got that kind of space. So there's that.
Carlos just refuses to switch to
You can't convince me to
CCA.
use CCA on power runs. Not to the amps, not to the alts.
He's like those grumpy old men that don't like to change, That's him. True spec marine cheaper for a reason. If you want to see double your runs.
So 275 versus 575 a foot.
275 versus 575.
Yeah, a foot.
Pride products are available at msacaraudio.com. Use code word SAVE5. He for sure is a grumpy old man. Yeah, he is, Andy. Yeah, maybe 84 degrees is going to be good.
You ready to hit or not?
Yeah, we can hit it now.
All right, y'all. So you know the deal. I'm gonna be watching. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta switch around the probes because if not, the term lab is gonna start freaking out.
The power probe limit.
Yep.
Don't tell him that, Andy, because he's going to go out and buy more boots.
What did he say?
Nothing.
What did he say? What he said? I'm a cowboy, baby. Running in my city with my something shining. All right, y'all. As soon as this track resets,
Oh,
we're
wait,
gonna
let me
give
change
it the beans.
Let me change that.
You'll switch it over to the sub. Jess is gonna be watching the oscope. I'm gonna be watching the meter. I'm gonna try to stop around 42,000 or so, and we'll see where this takes us.
42,000, huh?
Here we go. But
It did it.
it was dirty.
Yeah.
232 is your max temp.
I was like, what?
Was that your
When
knob
you-
hand?
Yeah. When
Jesus.
When you hit him, it's like, oh.
It went up, I think. So that was a little bit more power, but it doesn't seem like it gained on that one. So apparently that was about 109. So that was about 220 volts, about 100 amps. No, 200 amps per coil. It's because the term lab starts switching it around. So it's supposed to be 220 220 volts, 200 amps per voice coil. It looked like it got up to 240 degrees, almost about the same temp.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's pretty
250.
close.
But the score did not increase on that unit. Went down just slightly. Took 43,000 watts. The
That
temp
is
is
the
already
most power that a sub has taken so far,
and still played.
and still play.
Yep. Because we had some shorting going on.
Yep.
But other than that, it looked like the sub did its thing.
What is the MSRP on this sub?
I believe it comes in at $1,500 is about the MSRP. 1 second, please.
1,500.
$1,500. $1,500. The thing did its thing.
Still no failures.
Still no failures. The sub is already at 140 degrees. To be honest with you, you could probably hit it again right now and be just fine. It definitely handled the power better than the majority of the subs that we've had, if not all of the subs, to be honest. As long as I had that temperature meter where it's supposed to be, we'll let the sub cool down, and then we will end this show. I'm gonna unbolt the door, and we're gonna see if we smell anything through the cone. I doubt it, because realistically 240, 250, or even at the most 260, I definitely don't think that it
Thank you,
started
Michael.
smoking any.
Oh no, for sure no.
But other than that, we appreciate everybody for joining us and sticking around and dropping a comment for sure. We have a couple heaters coming up, and we got the big boss. What is it? The Boss Audio Phantom or something.
Oh god.
That's the final boss. Is that going to be the last one to run in case we start taking amps out? I don't know. We'll figure it out then. But like I said, we appreciate everybody for joining us and sticking around. Thank you to Mr. Alex for flying down and sticking around with us for this journey that we have. The sub did great. No failures. I don't see anything. I'll open the door right now and check it out, but I doubt.
Any Pride builds going to be at Florida State Finals? Very possible. Nope.
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 Not that he knows of, he says.
Sorry.
So let me get that.
Thank you for joining us, Joe.
Good stuff.
Bill. Get him off cold. Got him a towel or anything?
Oh, tell? Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
Thanks, Byron, for hanging out with us. If anybody wants to look at a Pride build, Marty says he's going to have his Pride Suburban at the TCP show this weekend.
Playroom temperature. Yeah. One more?
All right, guys. See ya.
Ah.